Kia ora tātou katoa. This is a windscreen survey of Whaingaroa Raglan, recorded over several days in November 2018. This map shows how the town lies along the shores of Whaingaroa and its inlets. The squiggly lines indicate just how hilly it is. Coming into Raglan, you're driving along one of the ridges that we saw on the map, and it does drop off quite steeply either side. The population of the town is around 4,200 and increases by 200 to 300% in summer, sometimes more than that when some events are on. On the left is the reservoir for this part of the town, and coming down Bow Street, down the town hill, we can see that today the tide's in the harbour, so it's quite pretty. On the right is St Peter's Anglican Church on the corner, and opposite that is the veterinary services. To the left in Bankhart Street is a small supermarket, and funnily enough the district nurse is opposite. Straight ahead is Raglan House, a community house, and opposite that is a house with the food bank, and there's also a gym. Next door is Plunkett Rooms and a place to charge electric vehicles. Then there's the town hall, which operates a number of services, and again opposite that is the Raglan Club. Now we have another small supermarket and various cafes, land agents, other small shops selling bric-a-brac and things mostly actually for tourists. On the right is the Harbour View Hotel, and on the left is Wainui Road, which eventually goes out to the surf. Past more shops, the chemist on the right. On the left, the grey building is a rangatahi for the head office for the new housing subdivision. The cenotaph on the right. On the left is the library and council offices, and round the corner the police station. As we turn into Wallace Street, straight ahead are more eating places, a barber's, the butcher's, a new bistro, the Raglan Herbal Pharmacy, and in this little cluster of businesses is the Raglan Medical Centre and Health Clinic. And there's a number of services that operate from this clinic. As we go further down Wallace Street, this is true of a number of streets around Raglan. Just at the time of the filming, they were repairing the stormwater system prior to the holidays. On the left is the bowling club, and as we fade through, this is just a little scene in Aroaro Bay. Now the pink lines on the map show where we're going to next, the wharf, and looking up the hill to the building on the top with the red roof, which is Raglan Hospital and Rest Home, with the football field in the foreground. Down near the wharf now, this is the walkway, which is under repair because the tide's undermined it. The wharf itself has trawlers operating from it. There's a small cluster of shops, a restaurant, and the silos have been turned into accommodation. The next area we're going to go to is back up to Wainui Road. This is the road that does lead out towards the surf. St John's and the Fire Brigade are housed together, and they're next door to a heliport. The museum is just down the road, and it's adjacent to the eyesight. Across from that is one of the other churches in Raglan, which has beside it the community pantry. Up the road is the old school, which is an arts centre, and the kindergarten. And then further up the hill is Raglan Area School, which operates from year 1 to year 13. Now we're going to go and look over the one-way bridge, which has quite a few cars parked on each side of it, waiting to get across, going towards the camping ground and the reserve in that area. There's a boating ramp with lots of notices about what to do and what not. Waka armour waiting, and the skate park for kids at the end of the peninsula, as well as the iconic bridge for jumping off and the kids' playgrounds. This was a busy Saturday. Now we're going to go out to Wainamu Beach, past the Marae Kokiri Centre. This is Poihakena Marae, the Waharoa with Gateway, and the Whare Tupuna Tainui Awhiro. There's a small health clinic that operates from the centre with whānau ora, navigators and an iwi health worker. Right out on the coast is Te Kaupura Kokiri Centre, which offers a number of services as well. Right out on the beach, there's a lot of conservation work going to save the coastline, and there are signs up about those all the way through. Just one of the many walkways. This one leads from the area by the coast up the hill to the Wainui Reserve and the surf club. So looking this next section, we'll have a look at the two areas shaded in pink, the waste management and the new subdivision. Raglan Resource Recovery Centre, or Extreme Zero Waste, endeavours to reduce the amount of waste sent to landfill by 75%, and they're well on the way to doing it. Raglan has done that really well. Coming back along the peninsula, looking across, you can see the earthworks for the new subdivision, and this sewer upgrade was also necessary to cater for the 500 new houses. Now these are just some of the things that I noted as I drove around, just general stuff. One was that there was a survey going on to find out what people in Raglan wanted, what they thought of the town, what they thought was important. One of those things has been housing. There's a lot of new builds going on at the moment. There's also a lot of older properties that have been refurbished, but there are also properties that are for rent, so short-term rent only, and a mixture. You can see on this photograph looking up there are a number of new and older places. The other things that have been important are children's playgrounds, play areas. And that really is the end. There's lots of questions that come out of doing a windscreen survey, lots more to find out about just one little place.